4 wins in a row. It's been years since the Avs have had 4 wins in a row. Avs win over the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-0. This game was fairly slow for the majority of it, and the Avs did look like the better team for the majority of it, so not a whole lot of complaints. The Avs look like the better team out of the gate through the first 5 minutes, but then take a silly penalty 5.5 minutes in. Luckily, the PK, which had given up a goal last game, jumps right back on the horse and looks fantastic once again. Through the middle 10 minutes of the first, it was a pretty even game. Neither team was really generating very many dangerous chances, and the only ones that were with any consistency were that Avs top line of McKinnon, Rantanen, and Landeskog. Then with a little less than 5 minutes to go in the period, the Avs get their first power play, and it does not do a whole lot. The good news is, despite the PP itself being weak, the Avs do swing the momentum their way and dominate the possession to end out the first. With time winding down in the first, Blake Como does a great job to draw a penalty, but well after the initial penalty is taken, Como is going to retaliate and end up evening it up. And I don't want to knock on Como too much. I think he played a very good game. His line with Soderberg and Nieto were tenacious on the forecheck and did a great job helping the Avs possession in this one. But that was just a dumb play that you just can't have. At the end of the first, though, the Avs have outshot Columbus 14-7, and while it's 0-0 on the scoreboard, you're liking the pace of the game for the Avs. Second period was a lot like the middle section of the first. The Avs are getting some decent chances, particularly from their top line, but they're struggling to even put them on net at this point. Meanwhile, Columbus is doing a bit better in the possession game, but again, they're not really threatening to score. 7 minutes into the second, the Avs get another chance on the power play that they do nothing with, and after that, this time the momentum doesn't swing, so it's right back to that even, slow pace. Lucky for the Avs, Columbus is struggling to keep themselves out of the box, and with 7 minutes left in the third, they go back on the power play. And this time, the Avs power play master would not be denied. Landeskog is going to win a face-off here. It's eventually going to come back to Girard, and Girard and Jost are going to make a nice little passing play here to get it over to Rantanen on the near side. From there, Rantanen has a good amount of space and time, and he's going to really prove he's a sniper with this shot. He's going to go through the defenseman's legs. Bobrovsky actually gets a piece of it, and then it falls into the back of the net. If we look at it from another angle, we can see just how well Rantanen threads the needle between this defenseman's legs. Bobrovsky can't see it. It's a perfect screen, so he just has to react after it comes through, which means he isn't set and ready for it, so it bounces off of his pad and beats him. And that's a huge power play goal for the Avs. Given the way this game has gone up to this point, you knew there weren't going to be that many more scoring chances for either team. Rantanen leading the team with his 7th power play goal, but what's more fun about this one, both Sam Girard and Tyson Jost not only out on the power play, but getting points on the power play. 2 19-year-olds and a 21-year-old. Yeah, they're going to be saying those 3 names for a while. So the Avs go up 1-0. They do take a penalty shortly after that, but the PK is shining once again, no problem there. Now down a goal, Columbus does start to push back, but it does remain pretty even through the second. Unfortunately, the Avs do take yet another penalty to end the second period. While the Avs do kill that penalty to start the third, the first 10 minutes were scary. Columbus would put 15 shots on goal, while the Avs would just put 1 of their own. In fact, the only decent scoring chance the Avs would have in the first 10 minutes would end up ringing off the post. That's the 28th of those this season. Now, the Avs did turtle a bit for this 10 minutes. Didn't like it, but it wasn't as terrible as it usually was. You do have to just give some credit to Columbus here. There's not a lot of teams that can put on that level of pressure sustained for that long. Lucky for the Avs, Bernier was ready to earn this one in a net, stopping all 15 shots he faced in that 10-minute span. Not exactly how you write up hanging onto a 1-goal lead, but hey, if it works, it works. After about the 10-minute mark, you can tell that hard of a push had gassed Columbus, and things do even out a bit more, and the Avs do start pushing back a little bit instead of remaining in that turtle. The play in the last 8 minutes of the game is exactly what I want to see from a team holding on to a 1-goal lead. Even possession, the Avs getting their own chances a fair amount and limiting the amount of chances the team down is getting. Much prettier to watch and a lot less nervousness going on when you're playing like that. Eventually, Columbus does try to pull the goalie, but it ends up backfiring on them. Columbus is going to dump it in while they're trying to pull the goalie. Maybe not the wisest decision. Zadorov gets there easily and quickly knocks it up to Rantanen. Rantanen skates it up to the blue line. He's going to pass off to McKinnon here. Now, right about now, Bobrovsky is roughly at the Columbus blue line, and he has to start backpedaling toward his own net. Once McKinnon looks up and notices where Bobrovsky is over on the bench side of the ice, he's just going to feed Nieto on the near side, and Nieto is going to throw it in past Bobrovsky, desperately trying to get back. You're off the force, Bobrovsky. You're too reckless. So the Avs go up 2-0, and they manage to close it out and get Bernier the shutout he deserves and has been so close to in his past few starts. And this is where things start to get interesting for me as an Avs fan. Now we're not only winning by run and gunning, scoring a ton of goals and things like that, but we're winning by playing solid defense as well. Yes, that 10-minute stretch in the third, Bernier absolutely bailed us out, but through the other 50 minutes, we really didn't give Columbus very much. And again, Columbus is a good team. They're likely to make the playoffs in the East this year. So we know the Avs can hang with and beat playoff teams. The question still is consistency. If the Avs can maintain this level of play over a significant margin, they could make the playoffs this year. And 4 wins in a row is certainly a good step in the right direction, but we still need to see consistency over a larger sample size. Even through losses, say through about a 20-game stretch, if we're consistently challenging at good playoff teams, then we can start talking. There's also that matter of getting all our injured players back as well. That is going to do it for this game video review. Thank you for watching. The Avs are up against Minnesota on Saturday. It's Hejduk's retirement ceremony, so be sure to tune into that one early. I know this video is a little bit shorter. That's kind of just the way the game went. There were long stretches where there just wasn't a whole lot going on. If you want more information on the Avs on a day-to-day basis, including game reviews, analysis, and even in-depth articles about players, be sure to check out burgundyrainbow.com. That's burgundy-rainbow.com. I'm an author there along with a bunch of other great folks who do great work. I'm Rudo3, and I cannot believe we are legitimately talking about playoffs.